The journey of adoption, beginning with the application and ending with the placement of a baby, is almost never drawn in one straight line.
Both of us really felt called to adoption really before we knew each other. And so when we were dating, we kind of had talked about that then.
We'd seen both of our families be blessed by adoption on growing up, and so we knew that that was a piece of the puzzle for our family, no matter where it fell.
Instead, it is most often a journey filled with both joy and sadness, love and grief, with God's faithfulness the constant element running throughout.
We decided to try for children, and it just, after a few years, it wasn't necessarily happening in the time frame that we wanted, so we decided to concurrently work towards adoption as well, just to see if that was the way God wanted us to start our family.
And so I think that adoption is this constant balance of like pain and joy, and recognizing that those go hand in hand. And just because we're recognizing the pain doesn't mean that we're less joyous. It just means that we can be in that nuance at the same time. And so I think in that space, it was one of those moments where I just was like praising God for giving us that space to be in relationship with all of you. And that was something that just gave us this sense of like peace that only could have come from like God in that space. But it was just like, I felt like it was just really telling of that space and of you guys, honestly.
At Christian Family Services, our adoption program helps to find safe and loving adoptive homes for infants in both Missouri and Illinois.
We really appreciated the support that was provided to everybody involved.
Yeah, I would describe it as life-giving all throughout. You know, like we felt like welcomed, and also we were on the same team as our counselors. Like, you know, our goal was the same, and that was to get a new member into our family.
They really care about placing a child in a home.
I mean, I know a lot of people that go through adoption agencies that are like, once something tricky turns up, they don't have any resources. And I think Christian Family Services has been a leader as far as like in promoting education.
No, and I also really appreciated the education that was expected of potential parents.
So again, it was a tighter knit. It felt more about the love in the family and not the business.
We're able to provide adoption services to families who need an experienced local agency to assist with their adoption process, including those working with a placing agency in another city or state.
I think CFS creates a very good built-in support network. It's always friendly. We'll stop by and drop stuff off, and everyone in the office still remembers us.
I remember thinking, I felt safe with your discernment as an agency. I knew what we wanted selfishly, but I also knew that like I could just trust the discerning judgment of all of you as a unit, and I could just rest in that.
It takes away from the business approach or view. It's not. It's about families, you know, and you know, we feel not only is his birth family part of our family, but the CFS family is as well. You know.
We also work with families simply wanting to learn more about adoption.
And so I think that you're signing up for something that isn't just like a child in a lot of ways. But it's an always growing process, for sure.
So it's just stuff like that. It's like you don't even think about the bloodline. It's not an issue, you know. Family is what you make it.
Thomas was certainly meant to be part of our family, and he, from day one, has been our son and fit in perfectly.
From the first time that we saw Luna, held Luna, like that was our daughter, and like there was no doubt about that. And the attraction, the magnetism is immediate, and that's nothing other than of God, and that's all that can explain it. And it was, you know, you going in, you hope that'll be the case, but.
And obviously, for some people, it takes like different layers. But yeah, for us,
but the experience, it's overwhelming. horizontally, vertically, everything. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, well sit there, and when we're finished, we can do everything you want to do.